and welcome once again to the Movie Mad channel. It's James here. Just done that with my knee again. Ow. I'm sure I'll live. I'm sure I will live. Today I have some pickups for you, and I will show you them in a second. But before I do, I had a couple of other topics that I want to talk about. Sometimes you want to think you should make, a video on the topics and a video on the pickups and things like that. But to be honest with you, I just like to chat. I didn't show you my pickups. So, first of all, I'm going to talk about duplicates. And I have been doing some more. I was listening to the Celtic game on the radio, and while I do that, I like to do something else as well. So I was listening to that, and when I was listening to the game, I decided to do some more combining to get a little bit more space. I've done this quite a lot, where I put two movies that I think go together in the same sleeve, and then I put them there. And the reason I do that is I've got a lack of space. I'm at my limit. Essentially, I'm full. But I've got a sort of like one in, one out policy, sort of, which I've sort of been sticking to. But when I'm doing a bit of combining, then I don't actually need to do that. And that has encountered me a little bit of problems lately. And I'll just explain why. Of course, the duplicates as well. But before I say anything else about that, where did I put my cup of tea? We need to get a cup of tea with the good tea bags. Now, my granny used to get me these tea bags, and when she passed away, I was like, I'm never going to get these tea bags again because they're too expensive. I can't afford them. But Larry very kindly sent me a good few boxes of them, and ever since then, I've just had them on Amazon, like subscribe and save, because you know what? I might not be rich, but I can treat myself to a good tea bag, and I'm enjoying my good cups of tea with them. So you've got to have the simple pleasures in life, haven't you? Oh, and it is good. It is good. I'm going to get you a combination one, just to give you an example. I'm going to film a shelf video tomorrow as well. So have I got a good example of a combination up there? Do I? Well, I do, yeah. Right, look, for example, look. Crimson Tide is up here with Denzel Washington, and I'd usually try and do it by actors. Now, this is where it becomes difficult, because I always try... Enjoying yourself there, Daisy? You having a wee roll around? She's having a wee party to herself on the floor. Right, Daisy? So, Crimson Tide, I've been trying to do it by actor or maybe by genre and things like that, but this leads to difficulties because who's the bigger actor? Is it Gene Hackman or Denzel Washington?
Gene Hackman.
Well, you could say that, but I think Denzel's on the equivalent level. So I've got it on the Denzel shelf, and what have I got in here? I've got a couple of Denzel movies. I've got Crimson Tide, and I've got Flight in here as well. So if I ever decide to, I can just do this and change my shelves about. Look, I can take Crimson Tide off the front. I can put Flight on the front, like so. Or I can do the reverse. I can put them and then it looks like I've got a completely different movie shelf. A completely different movie shelf when I do that. But that has led me to a few problems of late, and I'll just explain. So I have got the 4-box set of the Hunger Games. He says he does. I know I do, and it's somewhere. And my son came home from school and said Wednesday, we're watching the Hunger Games in English because we're doing a study on it, and he wanted to watch it on streaming. So we've got 3 streaming services at the moment. I've got Disney Plus, which I'm on the trial for $1.99 for. Wife pays for Amazon Prime or packages thing, and you get Amazon Video. And also we have got the standard 2-stream Netflix one. So if we searched all three of these streaming sites, and not one of them had the Hunger Games. Now, a year ago, every single one of them would have had the Hunger Games, but not one of them had them. So what did I do? As I say, I was trying to search for my box set of the Hunger Games. Can I find it? No. I just couldn't find it, and I still can't find it. So that's the problem with my system. It is good in that it saves space, but it is difficult to try and locate something every single time. Roy did have the suggestion that I should put which movies on what shelf on my CLZ cloud that I use, and that is a good idea. It will take a lot of work to do that, and I will do that. But when you're doing the combining and looking for a couple of movies to combine here and there, I'm like, I've got Starship Troopers over the shelf there, but round the corner, I've also got a copy of Starship Troopers. How did I manage that? So sometimes you find duplicates that you've purchased, really good films, but you don't need two copies of them. And that brings me on to my next point, which is CEX trading prices at the moment. Again, Roy over at Bluray Movies pointed out to me that CEX prices seem to have dropped for trading. So, like you used to get £2 or £3 for a £6 Blu-ray, and now you're getting £2, or if on a DVD, if it's a £6 DVD, you're getting like £1.40. So I've been actually doing a lot less trading into CX and popping them in Vinted. For example, I've got the Equalizer 3 up there. I got that on a great deal on the 4K on Amazon. I think I paid £10 for it. And I did have the DVD of the Equalizer 3. I'm like, it's not that long out, is it? What do you get for it in CX? 10 pence. Come on. Right, so I decided, I'll tell you what, I'll just put that on Vinted for £1, and it's sold. It might not seem it's 10 times the difference. Might not seem a massive thing, and Vinted's so easy to use. I'm finding I'm doing that a lot more with my spare ones. Like, I'll probably put Starship Troopers on Vinted. So that being said, I just noticed their trading prices. I just don't think they want DVDs and Blu-rays anymore in CX. But that's a big part of their business, is that I would have thought. Or how big a part of CX businesses is DVDs and Blu-rays? I wonder if anyone knows. And that leads me into the couple of charity shop pickups I got this week. So I went to charity shop. It was two different ones I got these in. And I had a couple of 50p DVDs, and I didn't find that much, but I found this one, Captain Hook and the Cursed Tides. I'm like, I always look out for the newer symbol, because that tends to mean they're a newer release, so it might trade in for something. So that's an example. CEX sell that for £6, but they're only offering you £1.40 trade-in. Now, do I know anything about the movie? No. I'm going to watch it, but I'm probably just going to get rid of it after that. But you never know, I might keep it. But when you're only getting £1.40 instead of £2 or £3, it's not great, CX. But there you go. So I picked up this one, Captain Hook and the Cursed Tides. There isn't anyone I recognise in it. I had a look on the IMDb and it's got 8.8 rating, but there's only 9 reviews. So it only came out on the 25th of July as well. There is a trailer for it. So you might watch it and see. Now, next, I love the movie Twister. And when the movie Twisters was coming out, I thought, okay, let's see what it's like. But I have to say, I actually really enjoyed Twisters. There is a bit of, I think AJ spoke about this before, there's a bit of the science doesn't work out in that. You know what? And I can overlook that for a popcorn movie. I overlook Moonfall, for the science. I've really enjoyed Moonfall, so so there you go. But I seen in the charity shop 50p for Twisters on DVD, and I said, right, I really do want to get that on 4K. It's on Cinema Diso on eBay at the moment for $11.99. So if you are wanting to pick up Twisters, that's a good place to do it. Cinema Diso, they're like the last rental service in the UK. I think they rent 4Ks, Blu-rays, and DVDs. But when they've got additional stock, they tend to sell them on their eBay site, and it's a good place to get it. So I was thinking when I get paid, I might just go and order Twisters from the eBay site. But coincidentally, I went into Glasgow on Thursday for work, and I went to the Union Street Glasgow CX. And what did they have on the shelf? And I've got vouchers. Twisters on 4K. So happy to pick that one up. I do enjoy this movie. I think it's good. It has got Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos on it, so that is excellent. But the only thing that really does start to bug me about some of the new releases is them not putting the Blu-ray in. I know it doesn't bug some people, but it does bug me. I would like the option of having the Blu-ray in there, and it's just not there. For example, I picked up the American Pie 8-8 Films one, 4K, and that contains the Blu-ray. I just think it just makes it a more complete package. And it means I can watch it in 2 different locations, especially if I've got the caravan and I wanted to take a movie, because we certainly didn't have a 4K player at the caravan. And I just like the option. But there you go. So I may as well show you what I picked up in the CEX in Glasgow as well, because I picked that one up. I also picked up this one, which I wanted to add to my collection for a long time, and it just so happened it was in there and it was at the right price and it was great. And that's A History of Violence with Viggo Mortensen, where he plays a gangster that's been, I think it's sort of like changed his ways or been in witness protection. I can't remember exactly, but he's just been an all-American dad now. But they find him. And then what happens after that? A History of Violence. I do like Viggo Mortensen. I think he's a good actor. So for £6, I thought I'll take that one too. Next, I picked up a Blu-ray, and I'm proud to pay £12 for this. It was a decision. I made a decision and I took it, and it was vouchers, so it was for trading and other stuff in. And I picked up the follow-up to Bruce Almighty with Steve Carell. I do like Steve Carell. I think he's a great actor. I think he's really funny in The 40-Year-Old Virgin. I think that's hilarious. And I do like him in this. As well. And I was like, I've not seen this, so this has got to be out of print. And I checked it out. Couldn't find another copy on eBay under £35. And I'm like, there you go. So for £12, I took it. The case is a bit rough. I actually just chucked some cases in the bin, didn't I? I should kept one of the better ones out for this one, when I was doing my combining, that is. So Evan Almighty, where basically he gets a job from God and he has to build an ark. With Morgan Freeman as well. It's a good movie. I do enjoy it. So that's why I picked it up. And those are the 3 that I picked up from the CX. And when you're in the CX, you're like, I'm in Glasgow. Do I want to get that now, or do I want to think about getting it and then pay the £3 CEX postage down the line? You're like, no, you don't want to be doing that. So that's why I got it when I could, shall we say. So I was back to my usual CX in Edinburgh yesterday, and I took a walk at lunchtime while I was at my work. And I went and I took a look. There wasn't much there. But I was saying to the people behind the counter, there was a lot of reprinted covers in Glasgow. And I was like, I'm not going to buy a movie with a printed cover. There's a guy called Wade's manager and Alistair. We're having a little bit of debate about reprinted covers. And what we were just saying was, Tommy says that he wouldn't want something with a reprinted cover if it was a collector's edition or a limited one. And Alistair was saying he wouldn't really particularly bother. It's all about the movie. But we discussed it, and he had like a couple of Nintendo GameCube games on the shelf, and they went, so if that came with a reprinted cover, would you buy that? And I said, no. And I said, well, it's the same with Blu-rays and DVDs. It doesn't feel the same way about that. And I'm like, well, it affects the resale value. They're the only ones that can take it back. And we're just having a whole debate on the reprinted covers. But it was quite a good discussion. If it's a £2 or £3 Blu-ray, would I care if I had a Blu-ray reprinted cover? I honestly think I still would. So there you go. So let's get on to some more pickups. So I said I wasn't going to buy much new this month. Have I bought anything new apart from these 3 things? I don't think I have. I bought these 3 on Amazon Germany close to payday, and I've got a list on Amazon Germany in movies that I'm looking out for, and when they get to a good price, I take them. There's 2 or 3 more on there on Amazon Germany right now that I would like to get, but you know, you've got to live within your means and with your resources, so I'll get them maybe next month. Hopefully they're still at the same price. But for you guys, just to point out there's a copy of Horizon, the Kevin Costner film. That was quite expensive over here for quite a while, £18 or £19, and you can get a copy for £9 delivered off Amazon Germany. So that's a good one to get. But I'll show you the 3 that I picked up. First of all, I know you can get this in the UK, but I think it's quite heavily out of print. And I paid, I think I paid £15.86 for all 3 of these. So I picked up the first Wrong Turn with Elijah Duku. I do like Wrong Turn, the first one. I actually like the remake as well. I think it's pretty good. But the first one is the only one I would really want to see over and over again. And I wanted it in my collection. Couldn't get it over here because it was out of print. It was quite a high price. So I picked up the Blu-ray. Let's hope it's got English. I hope I've not made that mistake again. I cannot see without my glasses. And just to let you know, Larry, look what I found. I found my other ones. So I think I should keep these separate. So I should keep these separate in case I lose these ones. Managed to find my set. Where were they? I think they'd fell down behind my shelf. So let's put my glasses on and check these are in English. That's much better, yeah. I'll have to take this label off so I can see, I think. Yes, it has English. It's fucking so English, I'll be alright. Let's take them off for a second. Yes, so happy with that one. I then picked up a Mel Gibson film that I've not seen for a very long time, and that's Tequila Sunrise with Mel Gibson, Michelle Pfeiffer and Kurt Russell. And I remember enjoying this, but do I remember anything about it? No. And again, I think that's quite a hard one to get over here. So I picked that one up. Let's try to see what information is on the back, but I cannot read German. And plus I'm blind now. That's much better. Definitely in English, that's the main thing. Dolby Digital, but it doesn't have anything else in it that I know of. So there we go. And the last one I picked up was, this has been on my list for a long time, US Marshals. I like the film. It sort of followed up to The Fugitive with Wesley Snipes and Tommy Lee Jones and Robert Downey Jr. Is it as good as The Fugitive? No, but I do enjoy the movie. Yes, I do. I think this has been added to Netflix lately, but as you can see from the Hunger Games, can you rely on streaming services to get the movies that you want all the time? And can you rent them? Can you do that? Possibly. But, you know, once you've got it for your $5, you've got it for yourself. The 3 other ones that I've been looking at on Amazon Germany are Flight of the Intruder. That's dropped to the lowest price it has in a while. I think that's at £9.35. The Bridge at Remagen even. And what was the other one? There's another one. So those are 2. And I think, yeah, the original Assault on Precinct 13. Those are the 3 that I'm going to maybe pick up when I get paid. But they've got them at really great prices just now. So if you are looking for those, go on to Amazon Germany. But see, if you could leave a copy for me, that would be also very helpful. Appreciate that. And lastly, I've been talking to Larry about, I've been watching these GQ YouTube shorts. Can I see now? We'll go take these off. GQ YouTube shorts. And that's about actors going through their filmography. And I was watching one with Kevin Costner, and he had a film that I'd never seen or heard of, and that's Silverado. So I'd asked, spoke to Martin about it, Larry about it even, and the issue was I don't think it had a UK release, so I was going to look out for a digital or something like that to add to my Plex and watch that. But on Friday, look what showed up in the mail from Larry. Silverado, Western with Kevin Costner. It says it's region free, so that's good. Even though it's B, but it's region free. I recognise that guy as well. Who is that? It's Danny Glover as well. It's got Jeff Goldblum in it as well. I didn't know that. Do you know who that third guy is? I know it says his name there, but I can't see who it is. Do you know who that is? I recognise his face, but I didn't know which one of them that is. It tells you the names.
Scott Glenn.
It's Scott Glenn. Yes, I recognise him. Does he not play a...
It's in Backdraft.
Oh, yes, he's the bad guy in Backdraft. And he's... I want to say he's like a military commander in something. It could be Hunt for Red October. It is. He's in Hunt for Red October. He's the guy where it says, I'll tell you he's going to turn to the left in 3 seconds, or he's going to do a Crazy Ivan, or things like that. How do you know he was going to... I remember now. Yeah, so looking forward to watching this one. So that is my pickups and my gift from Larry, so I really do appreciate that. And I will get that watched as soon as I can. Rosanna Arquette as well. So looking forward to that one. And that is all I have to say on the Movie Mad channel. I'm going to try and get up. I told you I had a few things going on, but I'm going to try and get back to regular videos, 2 a week. One on a Sunday and one on a Wednesday. And I hope you've enjoyed my little chat today. And we'll see you next time, hopefully, on the Movie Mad channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.